Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. This is the Pete's Premium Parlay Show for college football, Week 5. I'm Peter Loshak, and I got another parlay here for Week 5 college football. Kind of an interesting one. I got 6 legs, and 2 games are going to have both legs involved in this parlay. A lot of borderline picks for me this week, but I decided on 6 I'm going to go with. Interesting card this week. All right, let's start with the sharp sides that Brent told me about in my call with BetDSI. Maryland, once again, is a sharp side apparently this week, according to Brent. Maryland is like a sharp side every week in college football so far. Sharps took Maryland +5, +4.5 against Indiana, and, I trust them. I almost took Maryland +4. That's where they are right now, but decided against it, but good for the sharps. Maryland is probably a sharp side. They're probably right about that. Also, Brent told me Cal -10.5 and 12, very sharp. He says public on Cal, sharps on Cal. It's now -14. We did see this with Maryland, though, against South Florida a few weeks ago, and the sharps and the public lost on that one. Okay, great. I'm not going to take it in my parlay. Probably not going to bet it at 14, but take it for what it's worth. Apparently, the sharps are on Arkansas, Texas A&M over 70. I can see that. Good for them. Idaho +7. We discussed that game and the opening line in depth at length in our video this week. It's now down to 4. You know, I bet it at 6. I probably, I could see Idaho winning outright. Maybe I'll bet Idaho on the money line. The line doesn't quite make sense to me, but I'm not going to include Idaho at +4 in the parlay. But I could have. It was one of the things I thought about. Sharps apparently took it at +7, and of course I totally understand that. And they took the under in Washington State, Utah, 67. All right, let's get to the picks. I almost took Baylor -22 against Iowa State. Very tempting looking. Not exactly sure how much Iowa State sucks. Thinking at Baylor at 22, 21 covers, but decided not to put it in the parlay. Almost went with Rutgers over 54. Gary Nova and Rutgers should probably be able to put up the points against Tulane's defense. 54, kind of a mid-low total, but decided against it. That one was borderline. Louisville -21 over Wake Forest. Almost went with that one. Decided against it, but Wake Forest basically sucks. Louisville should be able to win that one probably by 21 more, likely than not. Notre Dame, I don't know what to make of that game. I know Syracuse put up a lot of yards in their last game, so the final score was misleading, but now Notre Dame is -9. Joe Duffy liked Notre Dame at -12 when we previewed that one. Apparently, the sharps came in on both sides of that one. They did take Notre Dame at -9, but they also took Syracuse when they were I think they took Notre Dame at 10. They did take Syracuse, though, when they were at 14 and 12. So that's an interesting one. And I thought about taking Georgia over 56.5. Yeah, that's another one that the sharps took, according to Brent. Now it's they took it at 55.5. I like the over in that one. Now it's 56.5 -116, but I'm not going to take it. All right, let's get to the picks I'm going to take here in the parlay. 6 teams, 6 legs. First of all, I'm going to take the over 53 -104 in Virginia Tech. That's the current line at BetDSI. Now, I like the opener. I think it was 54 or 53.5. I bet it. It went all the way up to, I think, 57 or 57.5. I thought I was right. Now it's somehow got bet all the way back down. So obviously someone sharp pounded the hell out of the under in that one, and they probably pounded the hell out of the over earlier in the week. We saw this before last week with the Syracuse under, and it wound up landing on 54. So the number wound up being absolutely key. It could be key in this one. I'm thinking that Western Michigan still puts up some points one way or another. Virginia Tech off of their losses, so they're probably going to try to get out to a comfortable lead. 53, I think, is a relatively low total. So I'm going to take the over 53 at -104. That's a currently available line at BetDSI. Then my next one, 2 picks are going to come from Western Kentucky Army. Right now, Western Kentucky is +7.5. Western Kentucky Navy. Right now, Western Kentucky is +7.5, and the total is 66.5. And I'm going to take Western Kentucky and the under. It was opened at 6.5. So obviously, someone's been betting Navy. The line's been going up, but Western Kentucky is off a bye. Last year, they beat Navy 19-7, so their defense was able to contain Navy. And Western Kentucky off a bye. I'm going to, I'm willing to put in the parlay to bet that Western Kentucky can do it again, that their defense can contain Navy somewhat to stay under and well enough to stay within a pretty big number here of +7.5. So basically betting on a repeat roughly of last year's result. High total, so I'm going to take the under and a high spread. Western Kentucky off a bye, so I'm going to take Western Kentucky plus 7.5 and the under at 66.5. Then two more picks are going to come from UTEP and Kansas State. I'm going to take UTEP plus 28 and the over at 52. UTEP is off a bye, and they're 3-0 against the spread this year. They're beating their spreads by a lot. Kansas State, excellent team, very good team, but it's a non-conference game. They're kind of a methodical team, so, you know, they're guaranteed to win this one by double digits. Are they going to keep the foot on the gas to get a win by more than 28? I'm not convinced of that. And UTEP, you know, obviously a capable team. I think they should be able to stay within 28. It's a huge line. I'm not exactly sure what to make of it. It opened at 30. I like that one. And I'm going to take UTEP at plus 28. And then I'm going to take a shot with the over. It's a low total at 52. And that's actually gone down. I forgot where. I think it opened at like 56 maybe or 54. Someone's been betting the under. Not exactly sure why that would be, but you know, Kansas State should be able to put up the points, you know, as pretty decently against UTEP's defense. And UTEP, I'm figuring, is going to try to score even if they get down significantly in this one. So it's a very low total, 52. I'm willing to take a shot there with the over, and this would be correlated if you were taking UTEP in the under, but you can do it with the over. You want to take UTEP plus 28 and the over 52, you can do that at BetDSI, no problem. So those are my fourth and fifth legs. And then the sixth one, I'm going to take a shot with the over 55.5 in Oregon State USC. We know what USC's offense is all about this year. You know, high-powered and up-tempo. Oregon, great quarterback, and they have weapons on offense themselves. A little bit surprised the line hasn't moved significantly since it opened around this number. We'll see where it closes. I'm expecting it to close maybe 57, 58, but maybe it won't. I could be wrong on this one, but that's going to be my sixth leg of the parlay, Oregon State and USC over 55.5. So those are the six legs this week. Virginia Tech over 53 minus 104. Western Kentucky plus 7.5 and under 66.5. UTEP plus 28 and over 52. And then USC, Oregon State over 55.5. And I'm going to do a 4, 5, and 6 team round robin for a $4.55 base. That's 4s, 5s, and 6s, and that's $100.10 to win $1,757.57 if all 6 of the legs win. And if 5 wins, it'll still be a big payday. That's my Pete's Premium Parlay for college football week 5.